Katie, can you give us a sense of what you're seeing so far?
Yeah, Adrienne, the winds have really picked up. You can probably hear a bit of it. At times, the winds start to howl. The rain is intensifying, and we're actually starting to see some debris behind us. Some small, but some tree branches are down as a result of the intensifying winds and things that are moving around here. Remember, it has already been a chaotic 24 hours in Florida, and this is really just the start of it. By all measures, Hurricane Milton is nothing short of catastrophic. A monster of a storm that's already having a devastating impact, spawning dozens of tornado warnings across Florida, with touchdowns reported in and around Fort Myers, leaving behind a dangerous trail of destruction. This debris could be picked up by hurricane-force winds and become projectiles. All of this well before the worst even arrives.
There is high confidence that this hurricane is going to pack a major, major punch and do an awful lot of damage.
It's looking like the storm of the century. I know it's really tough leaving behind your home, your belongings, everything you own. But I urge everyone in Hurricane Milton's path to follow all safety instructions.
Gulf Coast communities from Sarasota to St. Petersburg could see storm surge up to 4 meters and winds peaking around 200 kilometers per hour. For anyone who ignored evacuation orders, police repeated the same blunt message they delivered before Hurricane Helene hit.
Find yourself a permanent marker, write your name, your date of birth, and your next of kin on your arm so we know who you are and who to contact.
Many have taken the warnings seriously, the urgent effort to flee triggering a different set of concerns. One of the biggest challenges on the ground in Florida right now has to do with fuel. So many people have been rushing to get out that gas stations have had to tape up their pumps because they're out of gas. Though leaving town isn't an option for everyone, shelters in the storm's path are starting to fill up.
It's a lot of anxiety, plus I'm homeless. So living in my car and trying to equip with all of this is pretty difficult.
In central Florida, the biggest concern is flash flooding. While there are no evacuation orders here, some people are on edge.
It's very nerve-wracking right now because I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Adrienne, part of that uncertainty and part of that concern has to do with the size and the scope of this hurricane. Milton entered Florida a Category 3 storm, and it's expected to exit Florida still such a strong, powerful storm, still a hurricane status. That is the expectation.
So, Katie, clearly you spent this day talking to people as they made their final preparations. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you heard?
Well, really what stands out is the desperation in this moment. We spoke with a man who lives in a trailer. His wife is bedridden, and he was running practice drills to see how quickly he could get her out of the house if they had to make a run for it. Right now, they are hunkering down, but like so many people we spoke with today, they're relying largely on hope.
All right, Katie Simpson in Orlando tonight. Next, let's go to CBC News meteorologist Ryan Snodden. Ryan, can you take us through the next few, presumably very dangerous hours?
Yeah, absolutely, Adrienne. And you know, the heavy rain already underway, the damaging winds already underway. We've had tornadoes today across the state of Florida, and the storm surge is already increasing. And the next few hours, indeed, are going to be dangerous. The storm making landfall between Tampa and Cape Coral there along the coast. The heaviest rain along into the north of that track. The widespread damaging winds, though, indeed will be widespread. 300 kilometers from the center of this storm, we'll see tropical storm force winds. And so it is going to be a long night, and it is going to be a long Thursday for the state of Florida before this thing finally kicks out late Thursday, likely still as a hurricane. Now, the storm surge continues to be the most pressing issue with this storm. With a track south of Tampa, looks like the most severe storm surge will be from around Sarasota down towards Boca Grande. Though Cape Coral, that area, again, is also going to be quite vulnerable. Maximum wind threat, I talked about how widespread those winds will be. Look how strong they'll be, especially in the Tampa, Sarasota area. This is going to be weeks to get folks back hooked up to the electrical grid. Rainfall, again, 100 to 300 millimeters. That is a foot of rain, potentially more locally, Adrienne. It is going to be a mess.
Wow, this is all staggering. All right, Ryan Snodden in Halifax for us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.